Jospe? I'm pretty sure it's Joseph. I'm also very sure that I just copied and pasted those names of people who've donated to this project and had the names printed. But Joseph, if you want to have it rectified, we're going to do it because we have a couple of more names to add. Maybe some of yours as well. But anyway, today we are unveiling the most expensive Nürburgring rebuild in my history. Now, we already had two videos, I believe, over this project with its announcement and in between updates. And today we're going to show you its latest iteration. The car is, for I would say, 95% finished. It already has done a full month, or actually 2 months of Nürburgring driving. So it is pretty much ready, but there are a couple of more mods coming. But before we're going to do that, let's do a quick recap of what has happened and why we are standing here today. And actually, we're quite lucky of being able to stand here today because almost a year ago, my dear friend Anton and I had a near lethal crash on the Nürburgring where we were doing a lap with his car and it suffered from a technical failure. Basically, car threw lots of smoke, the brakes didn't work, we ended up hitting the barrier, flying up in the air, bouncing on the barrier, bouncing off. So basically, the barrier barely went past our heads. We could have been impaled or decapitated or whatever in between. And surprisingly enough, we could get out of the car in our own force. So once again, massive thank you to BMW engineers to creating such a strong shell and a chassis that withstood the worst possible thing you could throw at it. Anyway, the very first video you've seen of this, so to say, project was when we showed you the consequences, the aftermath of the Nürburgring crash. And it was quite horrible. At the same time, I said, you know what, even though there are some technicalities or technical defect of the car, the driver is always responsible. In this case, me. And also with the previous crashes that I had over the years with other people's cars, I always say I'm going to make it right to you. I want to rebuild your car or build you a new one. And in any case, I want to make it better to you. So back then we said, you know what, I'm going to make it better, but I invite you, my followers, to support this project. I'm going to build the car as it was and even better. And maybe we can make it even crazier. So we created a GoFundMe campaign where people could donate and €100 or more would get their name on the car. Now, unfortunately, some people like to throw dirt at certain things, so there was also some negativity that quite frustrated me and made me take down this GoFundMe campaign. But some people still managed to donate and their names are on the car right now. And fast forward a couple of months and about €250,000 later, we have rebuilt the car. We're building many other cars and many other cool things, so we're still not broke to the frustration of all those haters. And to add up to the frustration of all those haters, we're going to open up the GoFundMe campaign again so people can support, regardless what. So anyway, let's talk about what has happened ever since. As mentioned previously, we started with a brand new chassis because there was no way of rebuilding that. It was simply irresponsible because we were going to drive the car on track. Even though in this case, we bought a brand new chassis and built the whole thing from zero, it would have been much more affordable to buy a second-hand car, maybe even a crashed one. And if you decide to buy a car, I highly suggest that you would run a car vertical check because many cars on a daily basis get crashed or stolen or damaged or even their odometer rewinded, and that is not being mentioned in the history by some dodgy owners. And to avoid that, you should run a car vertical check. The only thing you need is either a VIN number or a reg plate. Now, since this is a brand new car, we do not have a check of it yet, but here we have another example of BMW M4 that is damaged, and you can see on the report that it is actually damaged, what kind of damage, how much it would cost you to repair it, in which countries the check has been completed, and also about the odometer, whether it is legit or not. Sometimes it would even give you estimated damage repair costs. It will also give you the estimated market value, basically anything you need to know before you would buy a car. And if you use code Misha, you get 20% off your next car vertical report. And if there's no report available, you get a credit for report after that. Now, even though for this car we didn't have a car vertical report, there is another video coming soon which will have one, and for that, stay tuned. But now, back to this rebuild. So we ordered a brand new chassis, we installed the AST cage on it, followed by a full carbon fiber and Kevlar fiber body kit. And in addition, every nut and bolt has been ordered new. So at the beginning, just like a small thing, such as subframes and wishbones and arms and radiators and cooling packs and whatever, have been ordered new. So that alone was 50,000 euros. The chassis was close to 10 with all the painting, the body kit. So it was just like 100,000 sitting of just bare metal because we decided to build the car from the ground up. Now, you've seen already in the previous video what is underneath the car, so now we can have a look at some other details that have been featured ever since. When we posted the in-between update of the bare naked body, there were lots of comments like, oh, is this a Fast and the Furious car? Because it was actually missing the brake system. Now, ever since, we have collected and installed the big brake kits from AP Racing, the Pro 5000R caliper with the brake disc, and that is phenomenal because it's a similar system what we have on our GT4 race car, and it really stops in combination, of course, with the weight reduction. We have also custom-made lightweight Emotion wheels that has Emotion logo. It has also custom Vulcan Alpha logo and number 42, which is the lucky number of Anton, the owner. Speaking of the owner, what does he think about it? Anton, here's a new car.
Such a beauty.
We're so horrible at this YouTube thing because the reality of things, obviously, we've been in touch every single day. We've been through the whole process together, and the car has been in this state for almost 2 months, I think, by now.
I saw this car for the last 3 months on a daily basis.
Exactly. So I think the excitement has been, personal excitement from both of us has been gone. But most important question, you happy with the result?
Yeah, it needs some fine-tuning from VA. Other than that, it's good.
Some aero is coming. It will be unveiled at Ultrace. So if you're coming to Ultrace this year for not only Pirogi is #1, e-scooter rides mandatory, and of course also the cars themselves and our car. We're gonna be there with the car, with the merch, with all kinds of stuff, so come visit us. But yeah, this is still not a finished project, but most importantly, I mean, considering everything, what happened, and where we are now, you're satisfied?
I'm satisfied. It was a challenge, it was a trip, but at the end we have a good result.
Exactly. I think the goal was, at least from my point, whenever I make an incident like this, I want to make sure that person involved actually comes out better than before. So I think we have more or less a better result than
it is. Before. I would say it's very different. I still need to get used to it, but the car drives insane.
Anyway, long story short, like every project car, I think it will never be finished. First, next stop is Ultrace with our new aero where you can see us, and of course there'll be also more on YouTube. But for now, let's go back to the actual walk around of the mods. Back to a couple of more updates and upgrades. As you can see, we have here the engine with a beautiful carbon fiber everywhere, including the Venturi intake and also CSF radiators. We can see also the Motone suspension. Now, in the previous video, when we shown you the half-built car, we said that the only two components that are going to be reused from the previous car are actually the engine and the gearbox. The engine was completely rebuilt and checked all the bearings and everything to make sure that it survived flipping over or being like upside down for a microsecond or so, and was put inside with the gearbox. The car ran a full track day, and on the very last lap on the rollout day, the engine blew up. So as of now, only gearbox is the only component that is there from the old car. So yeah, you could say it's a brand new car, minus the gearbox. For the rest, what else do we have here? As mentioned, lots of carbon fiber, everything is new, everything is brand new. Here are no special components to be seen other than the ones that we have mentioned. Carbon fiber bonnet as well. And the other thing that we have mentioned previously but didn't emphasize too much, everything is carbon or Kevlar, but the bumpers are actually stock. The reason for that is because the car will be used for some competition, but also track driving. And if it gets damaged, as you can see, for example, here, or even a bit more damaged in certain cases, and bumpers are usually the first things that get damaged, in case of Kevlar body parts, you would need to wait a few weeks, maybe even months, until they are handmade. In case of a stock bumper, we can pick up one right now at our neighbors, or the next day delivery somewhere else, anywhere else in the world. So this was done not out of cost saving, because yeah, when you already spent €250,000 on a car, it was just done out of fact that if it needs replacing, it needs to be done soon. So there is that. Walking over, we have stock windshield here out of safety, but everything else is plastic for performance. Doors, as mentioned, also full Kevlar fiber with carbon fiber door cards. Plastic for performance here. Plastic carbon fiber roof, also custom aftermarket made. Actually, mirrors are also custom mirrors with inside glass. And I think now we can conclude the weight-saving parts. In last video, we haven't put the car on the scales yet, but now we can tell you that the car weighs about 1,500 kilos, because we've done a weight with a big driver of around 100 kilos and the full tank, and it showed 1,670. So that equals roughly 1,500 empty without a driver and the tank and a dry weight. Whereas stock weight is close to 1,800 or above, we can say that we saved about 400 kilos. How is 1,800 minus 300 or 400, 1,500? Well, because we added also a roll cage, AST roll cage, which is roughly 70 kilos, I think. Between 60 to 80. I don't know the exact weight, but I know that's their specifications because we use a lot of those cages. So we could have gone crazier cutting out certain things out of the chassis, but I think right now it is already good. As a matter of fact, I've driven lots and lots of M4s as of now, and this one feels extremely light. It really needs aero. And that's something, of course, that is coming next that we'll be unveiling at Ultrace. Now, some other parts that we can go over, and the part that I'm very excited about is on the back, namely the Akrapovic exhaust. The car has full Akrapovic system, downpipes, midpipes, and the full back exhaust, including the carbon fiber diffuser from Akrapovic, because it sounds fantastic. And actually, this is one of the parts that Anton, the owner, said, Misha, I'm so much in love with the system that I had on my old car. I would like to have the same system on that car. We could have gone for lots of options and far less expensive options, because this whole system is over 10,000 euros all combined. So yeah, another thing that no money was saved on the quality. And then again, I believe Akrapovic is, it's used by many manufacturers because it's simply the top of the line that there is. And it sounds fantastic. We can show the trunk, which is carbon fiber, and actually this particular trunk is from the crashed car, because we will be using another trunk soon, the Kevlar fiber one that we will be, actually I'm giving away too much. There will be a little update regarding the trunk you will see later on. Here it's all clean. That also shows the fact that we haven't gone too crazy with weight saving, because we could have cut out a lot of more parts. But you see the motor and three-way adjustable suspension. And let's have a look on the inside from the other side, maybe. So inside, as mentioned, we have AST cage, we have Tillet B6 Screamer seats, very lightweight and very comfortable with the insert with the paddings. We have Zestec Racing and OMP steering wheel with magnetic pedal shifts and lots of buttons that you can program custom. And oh yeah, fire suppression system by FEV supplied by our friends from Dia Fantincendio, 6-point strut harnesses. Finally, last but not least, in addition to all the names that we have just mentioned now in this video and also in the previous videos of the parts that we have used of those companies, we have Skill Auto and Stolica Car Spa in Warsaw. They have done the Vulcan Alpha wrap on this car, and we have also much more space for the names that want to, in addition, support this project and be featured on this car. By the way, there's actually V2 coming of this wrap that we will, or the design, I would say, that we will feature in Ultrace. So you will see us at Ultrace. You will definitely see this car on tracks. But now, should we take it for a small drive around? All right, first drive. But as mentioned to you already at the beginning of the video and other parts, the car has been driving already for almost 2 months, I think, on track, doing shakedowns, breaking in the engine. So the car drives great. And this is something you will see tomorrow. In tomorrow's video, we will take it out on track so you can see how it drives there. I had Vika with me as a passenger, and you can definitely feel how light the car is, because it's minus 300 kilos over factory, and that's very light. And you really need aero to put the car down, because it really needs that. But that is something that's coming soon. The new splitter is already made. We did not show it to you in this video. Maybe you've seen it in another video where we showed our workshop on the second channel. We will definitely unveil the whole splitter, canards, and the big DRS wing at Ultrace in 2 weeks time. So if you're coming to Poland, to Ultrace, you will see us there. And that's as much as we can do on public road. You will see the car there, you will see us there, we will have merch, lots of cool stuff for meet and greet. And that's all I want to say. The final thing is thank you everyone who supported this project or me, either the companies who have sponsored the build. Some parts were provided for free, some parts provided at discount, some parts I fully paid for, but people contributed in whichever way possible. And for this I want to say massive thank you to everyone, and mostly you, who even just supported by watching and gave encouraging words. And to those who have celebrated the crash in the first place, I hope you get to celebrate also the actual result at the end. And if not, then stay miserable, because we're gonna continue having fun. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the unport lap video. Like I said, it's gonna be great. Not super fast, because you really miss aero, because its car is lighter, so you're missing even mechanical grip. So with every action there's a reaction, and with reducing weight you need to put it down in another way, and therefore, yeah, downforce is the way. But right now the car doesn't have it, it's coming later. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. So see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh, one final thing is that the brakes don't even make any squeaky noise or whatsoever. So AP Racing and a proper pad combo for the win.